Hello everyone, this is Rachel and I'm here with another process video. This is the sketch I'm going to be using that I made up using Windows Publisher. Someone had asked where I get my sketches from, and most of the time I make up my own in Windows Publisher. I have scrap lifted some people, but usually I just make up my own. Today I'm going for a grid pattern and I'm using 5 photos, a 4x4, a 3x4, and 3 2x2s. All but the 4x4 are actually slightly smaller than that because I accidentally ordered them with a white border around them, but I didn't want the white border, especially with the 2x2s, as I had made them a collage, so it wouldn't work out because it would only be a border on 2 sides. So I'm using the Amy Tan Stitched collection. If you watch my video where I talk about what I call my kitchen sink video, I thought I only had a piece and a half of Amy Tan, but I actually had several half and or quarter pieces of it, so I decided to go ahead and use it for a full layout. But I didn't want to break into my 6x6 paper pad because if I did the different sizes using it in small pieces, I thought that would be off. So I am using that pink ombre piece, and now I'm going to be using this arrow piece. Oh, okay, first I wanted to use a branding strip, and I decided to use this yellow one, which has hand-drawn leaves on it, as opposed to the orangey polka dot one, because I didn't really have any other papers with orange in it. So I'm going to get that all trimmed up, and then I'm going to go grab that arrow paper, and I'm going to use that in the spot. I'm measuring it right now just to make sure, because it's not that quote-unquote 3x4 is not actually a 3x4. I wanted to make sure I had it the same size. So I go through trying to choose papers this time, and I don't have a lot of multicolored paper in the 12x12s, and like I said before, I didn't want to break into the 6x6s because I'm using such small pieces of the papers. The size between the 6x6 and the 12x12 would have been quite different. So I first am going to try to use this orange grid paper, but I decide I don't really like it because of that big pink block and then the big yellow block, even though there are leaves on it. So I'm like, oh, why don't I just use the arrows in all 3 of the other spots I need to fill in with paper? And I like that idea, and I go with it. So I'm going to do that one down there, and then I'm going to cut a third one for the upper left-hand corner of the gridded area. And I'm just using my thumbnail to put little tick marks in the paper so I can then go and cut it out correctly. So I just need to trim that up a little bit more. And I'm finally happy with how I have it, so I'm going to start gluing stuff down. Now, one of the hardest parts with doing a grid design is making sure your first piece gets taped down straight, because as long as you get that first piece straight, you're good to go. If that first piece is off kilter, then you're going to have issues the whole way through. So I get the first piece down, and then when I get to the 4x4 photo, that's when I'm like, wait, that is not straight, let me fix that. And other than that, I was pretty happy with myself for managing to get it all down on the first shot, because usually I have a couple tape down, peel back up, tape down, peel back up, but I finished it all, and without much hassle. It was actually more of a hassle to cut it out than it was to tape it down. So I'm just going to trim this yellow piece off using scissors. I know you guys are shocked. For those of you who watch me know I don't usually cut very well. So I'm excited that I managed to get it all glued down, and I showed you that with my happy fingers. So now I'm going to add my title, which is Concert Time, and I'm using these stickers by Amy Tangerine. Yes, Amy Tangerine. They're called Alex, and that's A-L-Y-X. They're white and have a very thin silver stripes all the way through it, and it's cute because they have R's and B's and O's that are full instead of, full out. Now I am going to go back after I finish videotaping this and take some Scotch Quick Dry adhesive to the back of them, because they are the chipboard thickers, and those are notoriously non-gluey. So no big deal. I went ahead and do that. So now I'm starting to do my embellishments, and the first thing I grabbed was this sticker, or there's two of them actually, two sticker sheets I have from Basic Gray Highline Collection, which is a slightly older collection. I think it's fall of 2013, and I'm not some crazy, know all the dates person. This is one of the first collections I purchased after I had taken a 3-year break from scrapbooking, so I just happened to know that I started back then, and that's when I bought that. So after I get some stickers placed down, I go to my flare, and I'm pulling out some, and I cut a bunch of this out because it took me forever to decide which flare to choose. I finally ended up with that multicolor. That's from the Amy Tangerine. I can't remember. It's an older collection. I had made it myself at a crop when someone brought a flare making machine, and then I went and I grabbed a whole bunch of embellishments, mostly puffy stickers. I stuck with a lot of stickers for this layout. I used that Today banner piece from the Dear Lizzie Serendipity line, and then I grab this Here We Go puffy sticker from an older Amy Tangerine line. Once again, I don't know. And then I'm going to grab these word stickers from Bella Boulevard, and they're called Little Bits. I have these in black and white, teal and orange, and the teal and orange are fine, but the black and white did not cut all the way through, so I end up having to rip a lot of them out and then tape them. And here comes, well, surprise, we ended up getting a new cat. This is Xanthe, and that's Xanthe, and yes, the X was totally because I wanted to be able to use X's in my layouts. I'm going to take the dog to get groomed, and she kind of just, they're having an event at the store from a shelter, and she kind of went, hello, you are mine, please come get me. And so she came home with us. Actually, later that day, we were approved. I'll do a layout about her, and I'll talk about how we got approved so quickly and stuff like that. So anyways, going on with the layout, I add some more of those word stickers down at the bottom, and then I'm going to add some of these star puffy stickers. These are by 7 Paper, which is the, if you heard that, that's her running by. From Studio Calico, kind of came up with this, I guess, hipper line, and so those are from that. And then I'm also going to grab enamel stars and add 2 more to each of where the puffy stars are, as to make kind of a little triangle of triangles. And that's going to be the last thing I add on camera. I do go back and add not photo corners. I cut some pattern paper into photo corners because I just felt it needed to go farther out. You'll see in the last photo what I'm talking about. That is it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please stay tuned for more process videos. Flick me a thumbs up if you can, and have a great day, everyone. Bye!